This pictogram shows the number of ice creams a shop sold in one day. How many more chocolate than strawberry ice creams were sold? Well, if we look at the key, we can see that a picture of an ice cream stands for 10 ice creams. So if we look at the number of chocolate ice creams, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And now we need to compare that to the number of strawberry ice creams. We have 10, 20, 30, and then because we have half a picture here, that will represent half of 10, and half of 10, or 10 divided by 2, is 5. So we have 10, 20, 30, 35. Now the question asks how many more, so we need to find the difference, and to do that we subtract. 50 minus 35 is 15, so that means there were 15 more chocolate ice creams than strawberry ice creams sold. Now, how many ice creams were sold altogether? So to answer this, we first need to find the number of vanilla ice creams sold. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, because remember, half of a picture means half of 10, so that's another 5 ice creams. So we need to know how many that is altogether, so we need to add up the total of each flavour. 45 plus 35 is 80, and 80 plus 50 is 130. So that means there were 130 ice creams sold altogether. Draw lines to join all the pairs of number cards which have a difference of 30. One has been done for you. So we need to remember that the difference is what we get when we subtract. So 170 have a difference of 30 because 100 minus 70 is 30. So we can match 150 and 180. That's because 180 minus 150 is 30, so that's the difference. Now we can match 200 and 170 because 200 minus 170 is 30. We can have 250 and 220 because 220 is 30 less, so has a difference of 30 with 250. And then we can match 300 and 330. This table shows 6 different types of cat and where they are found. Which type of cat is found only in Africa? So we need a cat that has a tick for Africa, but if it's found only in Africa, it will need to have a cross for Asia and for Europe and the Middle East. And if we look at the cheetah, we can see that that only has a tick for Africa, so that means the cheetah is only found in Africa. Now, which types of cat are found in all 3 parts of the world? So that will be the cats with a tick for all of these places. So we can see that the wild cat has 3 ticks, and so does the leopard. So our answer is the wild cat and the leopard. Match each shape to its correct name. One has been done for you. So this shape is a triangle because it has 3 sides. This shape has 4 sides and the 4 sides are of the same length, so that's a square. This shape here is a pentagon because a pentagon is what we call a shape with 5 sides. And here we have a shape with 6 sides, and a 6-sided shape is called a hexagon. This chart shows the musical instruments some children play. Who plays both recorder and drums? So we can see that this row shows who plays the recorder, and this row who plays the drums. So the only child who has a tick for both drums and recorder is Nicola. So Nicola plays both the recorder and the drums. All of the other children play either the drums or the recorder, but not both. Now, how many children play more than 2 musical instruments? Well, if we look at Lena, we can see that she plays the drums, the trumpet, and the piano. So she plays 3 instruments, and that's more than 2. But John, we can see, only plays 2 instruments, so that's not more than 2. Rashid plays 3, Nicola only plays 2, and Yin plays 2. So the only children who play more than 2 are Lena and Rashid, and it asks how many children, so that's 2 children. Join each box to the correct number. One has been done for you. So they've told us that 6 times 5 is 30, and now we need to find half of 98. We find half by dividing by 2. So 9 divided by 2 is 4 remainder 1, because 4 times 2 is 8, and then we need 1 more to make 9. And 18 divided by 2 is 9, so half of 98 is 49. Now we need to find double 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, so we need to double 16. And to double a number, we multiply it by 2. So 16 times 2 is 32, and that means double 4 times 4, so double 16 is 32. Julie says, I added 3 odd numbers and my answer was 50. Explain why Julie cannot be correct. So remember, an odd number ends in 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Now 50 is an even number because it ends in a 0. And if we add 3 odd numbers, our answer will always be odd. If we add 2 odd numbers, our answer will be even, but adding another odd number means that our total will also be an odd number. So 3 odd numbers can't add up to an even number. Vijay weighs 29 kilograms. Sarah weighs 8 kilograms more than Vijay. Draw an arrow on the scale to show how much Sarah weighs. So if she weighs 8 kilograms more than 29, we need to work out 29 plus 8. So that's 37, which means that we need to mark 37 kilograms on the scale. We can see that here we have 35 and here we have 40. And to get from 35 to 40, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So each of these little lines must be 1 kilogram. So to make 37, that will be 2 more than 35, so we need to draw our arrow here. So we have 35, 36, then the arrow drawn at 37, and then to check that we've drawn it in the right place, we can keep counting. So after 37, we have 38, 39, 40. And we have 40 marked at this point on our scale, so we can be sure that we've drawn our arrow in the correct place. In a pack of 11 sweets, 2 are red, 5 are blue, 3 are yellow, and 1 is green. What fraction of the pack is blue? So we need to remember that with fractions, the numerator or top number tells us how many we have, and the denominator tells us how many there are altogether. So we can see that we have 5 blue sweets and 11 sweets altogether, so our fraction can be written 5 over 11. Now, what fraction of the pack is not red? So we only have 2 red sweets, so that means that 9 of our sweets are not red, because 5 plus 3 plus 1 is 9. And again, we have 11 sweets altogether, so our fraction is 9 over 11.